Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Watchers. We are The Watchers. I'm Victoria Burt with Killer Shot Films.
And I am Kevin Marable with blackscript.com.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, what's going on, Victoria? It's been a
So
minute.
good to see you. I know it's been a minute. We've been going to the movies, but we haven't been able to coordinate as like boomerang. You got to coordinate.
Got to coordinate.
Got to coordinate. So it's really good to see you. I'm really excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today, which is Is God Is, which is an amazing movie. But before we do that, we want to take care of some housekeeping. So again, we are The Watchers, and you can visit our website to watch our previous reviews. You can also go to our YouTube channel, which could be where you're watching us now, which we have to say thank you to everybody who has
subscribed.
Thank you so much. I was like, what's the word? What's the word? subscribe. You can also join our Patreon. Please do. But I just wanted to also say thank you to everybody who subscribed, because we've seen some growth and we're really excited about it. Also, this is really cool. So we created merch because, we know y'all were clamoring. You were clamoring for the merch, right?
I'm clamoring for the merch. I need to get.
You've got to buy it, and we got it.
Look at that! Isn't
that sharp?
Yes, got the Watchers merch.
Yeah, very cool. It's too hot in my apartment to wear a sweatshirt today, but there are other things on the site, so please check it out. Once we get to a certain level, we'll be able to have it on our YouTube channel, but
yes,
as of right now, we can't. So we are going to be talking about Is God Is, Kevin, if you would, and which we also have a review up right now on here. Let me show this. We have a review up on media.blackscript.com where you can read a review as well. That's something we just started doing. We have a couple of reviews up there. So let's get to it. So why don't you tell us about this movie? Give us a summary and tell us who's in it. And
so I'm gonna give you the short, and then I'm gonna give you something a little longer than the short. So Is God Is a revenge thriller written and directed by Aleshea Harris, adapted from her acclaimed stage play. The film blends elements of family drama, revenge, surrealism, and dark humor. But the long version is twin sisters Racine and Anaia survive traumatic childhood fire that leaves them physically and emotionally scarred, believing their mother has died years earlier. They are shocked to discover she is still alive and bedridden. During their reunion, she reveals a devastating truth. Their abusive father intentionally set the fire. With her dying wish, she sends her daughters on an violent journey across the country to hunt him down and extract revenge. Make him dead. As the sisters move closer to their target, they must confront family, trauma, cycles of violence, and whether vengeance will truly bring them peace. So a wild ride.
Let me just say, brava, right? Like, I mean, I don't know what your takeaway was.
I loved it. I
loved it so much. And, I had to do a lot of thinking in this past week since I saw it and I wrote the review. Mm-hmm. But even if I wasn't writing something about it, or I wasn't going to be talking about it with you, I would have still been thinking about it because it was so powerful.
Yeah.
And it really stays with you. And not just the story, but sort of the feelings and
the emotion.
The emotion. And just how she told the story was this like quirky. It was a first time. It was a directorial debut and it was amazing.
Brilliant. Yes.
It was brilliant.
Yes. And she did it in her own way.
Yes.
Unique. Yeah.
It was really wonderful. And I also was sitting there, I don't know, I love a good play. Like I just ordered the play itself. And I kept thinking, this doesn't feel like it was a play. That's what's so amazing. A lot of times you'll watch like, different like proof or a Mamet play, or any kind of talky thing. And when it goes up on the screen, it stays sort of in a box, it goes into a different room. It may go outside. This thing,
it still kind of delivers like a play, is what you're saying.
Yeah, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
and this really showcases it in, as a screenplay, as a film. and you don't really get lost in any of it at all. I think
No, I was really, I didn't go into it knowing that it was a play.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was really surprised. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. So that's why I wanted to buy the play, because I wanted to know how she did the certain scenes. Yeah, certain scenes, you know. I thought what was so interesting is obviously in the trailer, you sort of get that, you know, the story is sort of going in.
Right.
And so I have a lot, and you actually told me, because I was a little hesitant to see it because I'm a little sensitive to burns on camera, or you know, in film and television. I get, like, it makes me so uncomfortable. But you were like, oh no, you know, you should see it. And I was like, okay. So when I was sitting in the theater, I was, you know, bracing myself, really.
There was one scene where I was like, I don't know how Victoria's gonna take this one.
Yeah, and what was interesting about it though is how it started. And I even when it first started, it started with them as young girls in that almost desaturated.
Right.
I can't remember if it was black or white, but it was very desaturated.
Yeah, like sepia tone almost.
Yeah, and with their backs to us, and somebody makes fun of them,
of Anaia,
and the sister gets up, Racine gets up, and off camera takes the bat
right
to whatever, and comes back and puts the bloody hand on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's go.
Right. Yeah. And they didn't show all of that in the trailer. They showed the two girls sitting down, but obviously they didn't show the hand wrapping around the sister, that with the bloody hand.
It was so great.
Yeah, that I was like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, it was so great. And for me, I am a couple of things. I'm a fire sign. I'm justice oriented. I love revenge stories.
Yeah,
I love them because I always say karma takes too long. You know, now my more, you know, my karma takes too long. I don't want, you know, so I love revenge stories. And you know, so on that aspect of it, I was in, you know, and how the one sister always protected the other sister. And I think if I wrote it in the review, and now I'm having a recall issue, but I feel like one was like the quiet one and one was the right.
Yeah. So Racine was the tough one, or the rough one.
Rough one.
Anaia was the quiet one.
The quiet one.
And the rough
Even
one,
though she wasn't really quiet, but she wasn't as loud. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And they're played by Carrie Young, who plays Racine, and Mallori Johnson, who plays Anaia.
Oh my gosh, those two women.
Excellent performances.
Every single person.
Yes.
Every single person. And that's another thing that makes it so, it's not just how the movie looks, right? And how it's put together and edited, and the concept of it, but every single performance, from the ones that are a little heightened.
Yes.
Right? A little on the ridiculous, like Miss Divine at the church.
Yeah.
To the deadly serious. Okay. Let's also say spoilers. So please, if you have not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, come back after, because I am so glad that I didn't know anything about what was going on.
But make sure you come back. Don't pause.
Yeah, come back. If you want to like watch a little bit so we get some credit for it, that's okay too.
Right.
I'm joking. Right. But let this be the non-spoiler part, even though I think we spoiled it a little. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It is.
You won't be disappointed with this film whatsoever. I think you'll enjoy it, even if you don't know anything about it. If you go into it not knowing anything, you just cut it on, you will enjoy it. Or if you go to the theater to watch, you will enjoy it.
It's a story about retaliation, retribution, rage, justice. You know, and I think I said in my piece that, you know, it's when, you know, they say a beat dog bites, they bit.
Yeah.
They bit. And I was okay with it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think everybody will be when they watch it. They'll understand.
Well, you don't know because okay, so let's start from the beginning. So we meet the girls as young children.
Sure.
And then it does this really cool sort of like transition with how they live and their lives and you see their personalities. And then they go to the law office where that one sister makes the mistake of being uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you really get the sense of the protection and how she protects her.
Right.
You know,
she's always been there as the protector.
Yeah, and they weren't simple. They weren't simple characters. They were deeply complicated, right? They were codependent, right? And definitely, you know. Well, you tell me what you thought of them. You tell me, as a man watching the movie, what did you feel about these two women?
I took Racine as the leader, the person who felt like took on the motherly role when they believed that their mother was dead. And Mallori, who plays Anaia, the quiet one, she just kind of followed suit. And you know, they're twins, and so they have this connection, they have this bond that they can say things without saying things, and they can understand each other without anything ever being said. And I just think that one had to be dominant over the other in order for this, not in order for the story to work, but to be able to drive the story along, I think. Because you know, one is like they want instant gratification, they want to do it now. There's no questioning, and then the other is questioning every step of the way. Is this moral? Should we do this? You know, I'm not this kind of person. You know, so you get both sides. You get the yin and the yang, and you get the balance of what's right and what's wrong. And then you find yourself wrestling with that idea. And what would you do if this was you? You know?
Yeah, I sort of, while you were talking, I sort of thought they're almost like, and I might be messing this up, the psychology of this, but that idea of when you said one is impulsive, it's like the ego and the id, right? Like,
yeah.
That like one of the things that I loved about her is that she was unapologetically furious.
Yes.
Right? And she never felt remorse about it.
Right.
She's like, you stepped to my sister?
Right.
Oh boy.
It is what it is.
This is about to, and I wrote in it was the fuck around and find out. That was it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, you know, especially in this day and age, when people hide behind a computer and people pop off in the streets and there are very little consequences.
Oh yeah.
There's some people
and there's some people who take it there, you know,
but not as much, right?
Not as much, but when you see it, you're like, oh, this
person, yeah. Right. So I felt it tapped into that satisfaction of people think they can just do and say anything. Yes. Like you know, it's like, check yourself, know who you're talking to. And those girls weren't the one.
Right.
You know, they were not. They were not. So we meet them and we learn about that they can communicate with their eyes, which was fantastic and very funny.
Yeah. I love that. I love that idea of doing it that way, because it introduces subtitles, which was not necessary, but it brings you into their world even more as to what
shows you how close they are.
Yeah, how close they are and what they're thinking as sisters and also as twins. And it's also been said that twins have that intuition, you know, that strange intuition that, you know, other siblings that aren't twins don't necessarily have.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought also they had the trauma bond of being in an abusive house.
Right.
They had the trauma bond of having thought they lost their mother.
Yes.
They had the bond of having been injured and hurt.
Yeah.
And isolated from being burnt. And there could not have been more enmeshment.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you told me at the end of the movie there was only one of them the whole time, I would be like, oh, sure, that makes sense. But to me, they weren't simple. They weren't simple characters, like simple bad, you know, they're violent, you know, like I've been reading some reviews and they've been like trying to like boil them down to these one categories, and they're angry, whatever. I'm like, well, yeah, they're angry.
Yeah.
They were
Very good
in foster
reason why.
care, and they were abused in foster care, and they were abandoned, and they were abused by their father. I mean, why wouldn't they be angry?
Right. Yeah.
But they were more than that. They were survivors, right? So let's just say that we get to the scene when they go to meet their mother. Ruby is the character's name.
Ruby, yes.
Or God.
Right.
Right.
By Vivica A. Fox. Yes. She played that. And she didn't even have to move.
First of all, it was perfection.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the first shot, when they were braiding her hair with that sound of the nails. I don't know if you've ever been in a braid shop.
Oh yeah, I got a daughter and a wife.
Okay, all right. It was perfection, and she played it so perfectly. I was proud of her, like she was my sister. I was like, okay, Vivica, okay. Remind them of who you are, because that was spectacular acting under all of that, stuff.
Yeah, right.
The emotion and the anger and the,
Yeah. She made you believe that what she was going through and what she was feeling was real.
I don't. Have you ever had a burn?
No, not to that degree. I mean,
no, of course not.
Yeah, no.
I had a very bad burn once, and it was boiling water on my stomach, and it was bad, but it was this big.
Yeah,
like that big.
It doesn't matter how big it is.
No, but I'm saying that was all over her body.
Yeah, her whole body. Yeah. And when she told her daughters what had happened, and they go back to that scene, man, I was sitting there, the flashback. I was sitting there like, wow.
First of all, let's just talk about that scene. So they're like, what happened? Here's what the way she told it was. She was just dead to camera, talking to us, and back to her regular face,
right,
and not showing us his face at all.
No,
just a very powerful looking body, right? Not like a muscle guy, but he just looked very fit and very strong, right? And he was intimidating just in the shoulder, the leg, the hand. It was crazy.
Right. But it was shown in that manner to heighten the believability of him being a monster, if that makes sense.
I mean,
and also how they viewed him,
yeah,
because they were two little girls as well. So,
and also by not showing us a face, we can put any face on that person.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. It could be any monster. We might have all had monsters, and that way we don't see the actor who played him, ultimately Sterling K. Brown, and bring all of that to it, right?
Right.
Which they use later, but in this instance, we don't go, oh, that's Sterling K. Brown from Paradise or whatever, right?
Right.
It's just the monster, right? So we see the scene of what happened. I mean, first of all, the cinematography there, was so beautiful.
I thought they were going to pan away or something. Nope.
It was noir. It was storytelling.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful storytelling. And, after that scene ends, I literally almost screamed out loud when they like, make your daddy die. I was like, let's go. Like, I had to restrain myself.
Yeah.
Because I was in the car. I was like, we going?
You felt like you were there. Yeah.
I was like, let's go. What we doing?
Yeah.
And I know there are people out there that don't believe in retribution and blah blah. But nobody should get away with that. Nobody.
And be able to walk.
So when they're like, "How are you going to find him?" and she sends the Mama Ruby, God sends them to their first stop, which is Miss Divine's house.
Yes.
Right. But let's just also talk about the one other thing that I think was like the third character in this second part of the movie is that car, that hoopty.
Oh, for sure. The hoopty was definitely a character.
With the bungee and the fluffy steering wheel, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like some sort of embodiment of who they were, hung together, strung together.
It helped build the world as well. It helped build the environment.
Much.
Yeah.
And they were also really fun. It felt a little dangerous to hang out with them.
Yeah. That was like their Bonnie and Clyde moment. Yeah. It
was a revenge road trip. I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know who's getting out of this alive, but I'm with you. And so they head to what was really shocking to me when Vivica's character said to the girl he held up with after he did this to us. I was like,
yeah, but to be honest with you, the writing was brilliant too, because
oh God,
in some cases when you are dealing with an ex, and you're bitter about it, that's how you would describe it. That's how you would talk.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about how she said it. I'm talking about that there were women that continued to date him.
Oh yeah,
that's what shocked me.
No, because they didn't know everything that was going on.
Oh no, they knew.
He was feeding them a story, and so they believed what he was feeding.
Yeah. Well, that was such a they really shined she really shined a light on the enablers and the people that make excuses.
Yeah,
for abusive people, and they're manipulators, right? These are manipulative people,
right?
They're master manipulators in some cases, and but there are also some people that sign up for that. Like, so we meet Miss Divine in her church house and her white outfit, and there's like a tone switch, right? It goes from this sort of type of movie that is has realism to it to something that's almost comical.
Oh, that part was hilarious. Yes.
Yeah. And
especially when she was like, "You ain't shit, devil," and then the guy was like, "Oh, I'm catching it."
I was like, "What on earth is going on here?"
Oh man, that made me laugh, man. That made me laugh. That was good.
And then when they finally cut to her and talking with them, and she's eating them chicken bones or whatever, ribs or whatever she was eating. There's nothing more disgusting than the sound of somebody eating food. I have that thing, whatever that thing is called.
You're not an ASMR guy. You're not an ASMR person.
You will never. And those mukbangs, I can't stand it. That sound. That's a way to creep me out of a character. When I get creeped out when a character has noisy eating.
You can hear all that. The crunch.
I'm like, must you make noise like that with your food?
Right.
Do that somewhere else. Anyway, but do you think she knew who they were immediately? I kind of did.
I think she had an idea or an inkling, but was still potentially trying to put two and two together. Who knows? To your point, they didn't really have to introduce themselves. So I think she did.
I think she did. Because she knew. She's like, he came to me as a. What she said? He came to me as a cow and left a bull or something like that, and
like he was
obviously because he just had the case, right? So he just caught the case. So it's not like she was on a. She knew.
Yeah.
Right, and she attached to him, and then we find out she has her son, who's an intense brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ezekiel, played by Isaiah Cross.
Yeah. Good-looking kid.
Yeah.
Intense, and
his character was a little strange though. He kind of had Sterling K. Brown's.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree.
No.
None of them did.
No.
None of them did. Quite frankly, right?
Right.
There was not a passive offspring in his litter.
Not at all.
Not at all. And so they discuss with her, their father, and then we see the shrine, which
That's
was
right.
hysterical,
Yeah, that I was like, what?
with the roll of mints and the old shirt.
I was like, come on. And they kept it,
I was like, sis, is this what you think God wants for you?
yeah. It's almost
An
like
abusive
behind closed doors,
man
that's
who
what they were
leaves
worshiping.
when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
This is what God wants for you?
Mm. Yeah.
Oh,
Behind
mama.
closed doors, that's what they were worshiping.
Get healed. Right. You're right.
Yeah.
He was God.
Yeah. To them.
Ooh, that's good. I didn't even think of that.
And that also goes further to when, I mean, I don't mean to fast forward, but when Ezekiel goes chasing after them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah.
So they steal something from the shrine that leads them to
A black book, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Address book.
Address book.
To the lawyer.
Yes.
Who was something out of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Right.
McKelty Williamson. Chuck Hall.
I always think about him from Waiting to Exhale.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's immediately I was like, oh, I know him.
He's a great actor. Great actor.
He is.
And we see him in a lot of roles, but I feel like he doesn't really get the credit he deserves because he's played a lot of good roles. Bubba Gump. It was Bubba Gump.
That's right. I forgot that he was Bubba Gump. That's
yeah.
right.
Come on. That's iconic role right there.
Yeah. Interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you think about it in the scheme of storytelling, the lawyer didn't need to have all that. He could have easily just been a plot device to get them to the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you didn't even need it at all. The address book could have had the wife, the woman he ended up marrying's name in the book. And, they could have chased the women. But to go to the lawyer that got him off, because I don't think he got any jail time, right?
No, I don't believe so.
And he cut out his tongue.
Yeah. I think in that instance to tell that part of the story was also to show like he was even manipulative to the people who, to both men and
men. Yeah.
Men and women and the people who were on his side, even though they knew he did dirt.
He was a monster.
Yeah.
He was a violent sociopath.
Right.
There's no getting around it, he's a predator.
Yeah.
And the lawyer is under the foot of a dominatrix, preparing himself for the next battle, which was hysterical. Yeah. Right? So when he was writing on the whiteboard to, tell them to go to school, go to a community college, get a job, get out of here.
Alone, yeah.
Leave it alone, and it's taken forever. He squeak. I was like, that's just so clever.
It's just another way of subtitling, what he was saying. It's another form of communication without speaking.
Yeah.
So I thought that was brilliant too. It made you stay focused and pay attention.
It really did, and it created that tension of what is he about to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this is the first time now we see the sock and the rock. No, flip that, reverse it. The rock and the sock. An effective little weapon.
Oh yeah. I've never done that, but I've seen and I've heard and I've read like self-defense stuff. Yeah.
You got to have a sock, that's half the battle. So use what you got, I guess is
absolutely
what they did. And they extract from him the information they need to get to his next family. Yeah. And on the way there, they are chased down by
Ezekiel.
And I think that's a very specific name, because isn't that an angel?
Yes, but before we realize it's Ezekiel, it's a man on a motorcycle.
It brought me Crime 101 with the guy with the helmet.
Exactly. Yeah.
These menacing bastards with these motorcycles with these helmets.
Right, because it was just when you forgot about Miss Divine, and Ezekiel. Here comes this guy that's chasing after them in this like rundown, not necessarily a sawmill or something like that, but it kind of seemed
in the industrial area.
Yeah, and it kind of gave that action / tension.
It was great. I felt like we were in a video game. You know what I mean? It felt like a level that they had to get past.
Yeah.
But we said goodbye to Hoopty.
I know. Yeah.
We said goodbye to Hoopty.
That was as far as it could take them.
Right. And they dealt with, you know, their half brother, but you saw his level of rage and intensity, and you were like, yikes.
Yeah, especially once he exposed who he was, and they locked him in that room, and all they could see of him and all he could see of them was through that small hole. His reaction and how he couldn't contain his anger. Yeah,
it was terrifying.
Yeah,
it was terrifying. And as they were walking away, I was, hurry up, you know, like, or get on the bike, or, you know, I was so nervous for them, you know. And then they head out on the bus. They find their father. And he lives in a beautiful,
you
know,
he stayed in the middle of nowhere, first and foremost.
First of all, right. I don't know where they were.
Why?
And it looked like Arizona, but what do I know? And it was like a 1-floor, gorgeous modern house.
Oh yeah.
And they're standing there and looking at. Yeah, I think what I was feeling there was, what squalor will this man be living in? What will, again, karma have brought him? Right. Karma didn't bring him nothing. No. Karma showed up with them 2 girls.
Yeah.
But before that, he was living large. Right? Terrorizing a new woman and raising new monsters.
And they showed her fear without him even being in the same scene with her ever.
The wife, the new wife, the current wife.
Yeah.
Who played her? Yeah, right.
Janelle Monáe. Played Angie, the new wife.
Yeah. And, you know, what I thought was interesting about that, again, was, I don't know what she did or didn't know before she married him. But at a certain point, he showed up as himself, where she was that terrified, right?
Yeah. Well, she was led to believe that he did have twin daughters, but they burned in a fire. And when they stopped her as she was trying to escape, she got out the car, and they introduced themselves as, you know, his daughters. She was like, "You're alive?" You know, she was surprised that they were.
So you
alive.
can only imagine what story he told her.
Right. Yeah.
But at a certain point, though, she got frightened of him enough.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She was frightened. She was over the situation. She was done. She was ready to.
Yeah. So my feeling was, you should have left the day before. You know, I don't like to victim blame, but I was like, should have left. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Before the chickens came home to roost, literally.
Yeah.
Right.
You knew he was coming home that day.
Right. Like, I mean, and what I thought was really powerful is that she left the boys.
Right.
Like, that's how bad it was.
Right. And that's because the boys
they were lost. They were him.
Yeah. Just younger.
No way that she would have, if she had taken them and then made it out, they would have given her up. She would have never escaped.
To be honest with you, I think the younger brother, they were basically a mirror reflection of Racine and Anaia. The 2 younger boys, I don't have their names because they weren't listed as main cast. But the younger one was basically Anaia, and the older one was Racine. They had the same personalities, same inflections, and, you know, all of that. It was like looking at themselves in a mirror, but, you know, 2 of them are girls and the other 2 are boys, you know.
Yeah. And they were aligned with him, though. Right. So she knew she couldn't, at least this is what my assumption was, is that that's how bad it was, that she was like, I'm out and I'm not taking nothing with me. No. You know. And then she, you know, she just did it a day late.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. A day late. And this was the hardest one for me to wrap my brain around until she spit.
I was gonna say, because once she spit is worse than being punched, slapped.
No, it's just another tier. It's not work. You throw hands, it's on. But I was like, that was really smart as a writer to know it has to, because she's ultimately one of his victims too.
Yeah.
So they had to give her something so disgusting to do. I mean, I don't know if it warrants death, but you know, we don't know if she died. She just was beat.
They just left her there. Yeah.
They just left her there. She might have got up and left.
Right. You never know.
Because quite frankly, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it,
they never go back to her. Or
they never go back to her. And he came home and wasn't aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she might have dragged herself up and left.
Very true.
Very possible, right? Let's assume that for her.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Okay. Let's give that to her, because
outside of the spitting, she didn't deserve that level.
You know, well, it was a choice. You know what I mean? From the moment she pulled up on them, she makes bad choices, that character.
True.
Because the minute that man put his hands on her, she should have left. I mean, I'm very, very strident about this. Nobody touches you. And if they do, you leave, right? Yeah. So I know it's hard for some people to do that. But if she had left, she would be wherever she was going, right? Connecticut, wherever she was going. But let's just put it to the point of when she drove up on those two girls. Her choice was to stop and go like that. Yeah. Instead of driving around them. It was flat.
Yeah. And she was in an SUV.
She was in she was in a four-wheeler. She could have got up on the curb and just, you know. Even if they were on the ground and she's like, move over, and then they don't move, I just would have went around them. Right. But her choice was she wanted them to move. That was the, you know, and then to hand them some stupid pearls. Right.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's what you're here for. You're here for some money. Here's some, you know, this is very valuable. This is worth.
Like, I mean, what, like what? I was like, what are you doing? Why are you getting out of the car? Because I think at one point they said she's got to get out of the car.
Right. She's got to come to us.
Right. So to me, it's like, she just said, I don't know what this is about, but I'm out.
Right.
But there was this entitlement, I guess, to make them move.
Yeah. And the girls knew she was leaving because they, you know, they looked around the house on the outside first, looked through the windows and saw their brothers and saw the new wife, and saw that she was planning to leave or planning to escape. And so that's why they decided to meet her at the end of the gravel driveway, you know? Yeah.
I was like, that was interesting because it just felt like your escape is so close.
You were right there. Yeah.
You were right there.
Right there.
And you know, it's like the girl from the very beginning with the lawyer. I don't know why I assumed she was a lawyer from the very beginning when she got into a little scuffle with them and she just walked away.
Right.
You know, because again, like today, so many people will pop off, right? Yeah. And not expect to meet the same energy back.
Right.
And they were the perfect example of that. Like you don't know who you're rolling up on.
Right.
Think about it. Don't write a check, as my friends. Don't write a check your ass can't cash.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
So, the new wife, she was the one I almost felt bad for.
Yeah, there were certain instances that I felt that, but you know, to your point, the moment she spat, oh, it's on.
Well, I mean, but even before this, I was like, why are you getting out the car, girl?
Right. Yeah.
Wait, stay focused.
Right.
You don't have to win every battle. Right.
Yeah.
So then then they meet the sons.
And so gullible.
The sons?
Yes, when they opened the door,
they were gullible.
this is what Dad wanted. You know, my birthday's coming in a few days.
Let me say, I don't gullible is such an interesting word.
Come on, man. Come on.
I don't think it's gullible.
What did you think it was? Egotistical?
I mean, there was their ego, but to me, it's more sort of like these two girls present themselves, and they don't take even a beat to figure out what it is. They don't ask. They assume that their father ordered them ass.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That to me is not gullible. That is a twisted mentality.
Well, yes.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Gullible implies that they're, sort of like, oh, Daddy got us hookers. No, that's not gullible to me. To me, that feels like these people can't be anything but something for us to sleep with.
True. Okay. Yeah.
These two girls must be, our daddy must have, like, you have sons, right? You have two sons?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Imagine you ordering them ass. That doesn't even make no sense.
Never.
Never. So they're twisted.
Yeah.
And they present really nice and clean, very, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of, right. But they're just as much, they're little monsters, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I think the younger one wasn't.
Yes, he was.
You think he was?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was. Just because he was a little more quiet.
Yeah.
He's the one that when the news reporters come to talk to you about the serial killer next door, you go, but he was so quiet. He was so quiet. He was so nice. He took out my trash.
Yeah.
Nah. No. No. And he was actually probably more rageful than the bigger one.
Yeah, because a lot of times they tell you to watch the quiet ones. They hold a lot of rage in, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So so the sisters take advantage of their thought that they were hookers and strippers, and go put on mama's underwear. And they call their bros.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh, this is your choice?
Yeah, no.
Come over for the hookers my daddy ordered me? Whose life is this?
Yeah. This part, I was like, I couldn't quite grasp for me.
Yeah.
As to why this would be a part of the story. But
well, because your mama raised you right. Your father raised you. Yeah. What I'm saying is that but that's what it shows you, that you have this house that's beautiful and everything is neat, but there is decay and pus and rottenness underneath.
Oh yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So they start dancing, and then of course they make the mistake of telling her to turn around, Anaia to turn around, and I knew that wasn't going to end well. What I thought was sad about that is that I think Anaia the character knew that her sister was going to do what she did, because actions.
Yeah.
Her actions have never veered away from this outcome.
Right. And there's always this like the stronger mindset, the stronger, the leadership role, and where Anaia takes the back seat, and she's, less of the leader. She just kind of follows.
But remember, let's flash back now to when Racine was trying to talk Anaia into it. Racine is the one that got in the back seat.
Yeah.
And was talking to her, and she was saying, like, trying to convince her, and
to do the dirt,
to carry out the deed,
right?
To kill Dad, to kill our father, because our mother told us to, and our mother is God because she created us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody could convince me to kill somebody if I didn't want to kill them. Quite frankly,
no. But I have a little small conspiracy that.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
No, we'll get to at the end once we get to past.
Okay, so they kill the first brother, and then the second brother you think is going to be the good guy, right? And she tries to save him.
Yeah, but then here comes the rage.
Were you surprised? I was not surprised.
Here comes the rage. They activated Carlton.
I saw it coming. I was like, when's he turning?
Yeah.
Because they can't see that kind of behavior from their father.
Mm-hmm.
and just the tiny little bit that we saw of them, they were not an improved model. You know what I mean? They were not an improved model. And they were all victims, right? Because the father, created this, scenario, but I still didn't feel bad for them. I still felt like, let's say they had opened the door and seen these two girls and said, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
Right.
And they had said, "We're your father's kids that he tried to kill."
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, it still might have ended up being a disaster. But if there had been a moment to see them other than something sexual, other than some sexual object.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Gullible. Man, you better get out of here with gullible. That's so, I was so shocked you said that. Okay, so now daddy comes home.
Yeah. Calm, collected.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. And they didn't show him right away. They showed his feet.
You didn't see his face until he sat down.
Yeah. And you still didn't even see his face. You saw his mouth.
Oh my God.
The first thing was eating, and then, or was it speaking and then eating?
Well, he walked past his son on the floor. He walked by the pool. He came back. He went to the kitchen. He made a sandwich.
Quietly, calmly, slowly.
Took off his shoes and put on some plastic ones. I don't know what shoes.
Yeah, the slides. Yeah.
And then and it was unbelievable tension.
Yeah.
Dragging her sister.
But that goes before we get to the dragging the sister. Him putting on the slides after he witnessed both his kids murdered in the house, and potentially might have still seen the wife outside.
We don't know.
But to still have the mindset of, I don't walk through my house with my shoes on. He put on his house slippers or his slides, to not get his floor dirty.
Are you somebody that wears shoes inside your house?
Yeah. I don't care about any of that. Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't imagine if I see my wife crumpled on the sidewalk and then I come into the front door where my son is laying.
I'm not thinking about my shoes.
I'm thinking about my shoes.
Yeah.
But everything to him was an object. And whether or not he treated it poorly or left it or destroyed it it didn't matter. He just, and he makes that sandwich and then sits down and she's hiding under the thing. Oh my God, that was so scary. That was a scary movie. That was a horror movie.
There were parts that this was like a multi-genre film.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was impressed with this 1970s kind of one floor house. I don't know what that's called, but it was just like, split. I don't know. I don't know where anything is because they haven't given you the layout enough. So I'm like, I don't know where he's coming from.
Right.
And then when he sat down, he's like, "You want to sit up here so we can have a conversation?" I was like, what is about to happen?
And he already knew who it was.
He knew who it was.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew. And this was, to me, the most diabolical, I don't even know how long it was because I was so tense, part of the movie. It was really difficult because Sterling K. Brown.
Hell of an actor.
Wow.
Yeah. Hell of an actor.
It was menacing.
Yeah.
It was menacing and it was
like cold
terror.
Emotion.
It was terror. Yeah.
And he doesn't have a deep voice. So it's kind of like soft spoken.
Right.
But you can still feel the elements of terror even in his soft spokenness, his quietness, his calmness.
Yeah.
He never showed any steps of him,
He never ramped up. He just went from 1 to 10 when he went to 10.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, this is what was so genius about, first of all, casting him. He's a physically very fit man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he's not huge. He's not the Rock, right?
Right.
So the scariest person in the room is the person you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? That they're not predictable. I don't know what's coming at me. I don't know what they're about to say or do.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, the thing that was the most frightening was when he said, "Your mama pulled you into the fire."
Yeah. Because
and for a split second, I bought it.
Yeah. I thought so too, because they did another flashback, but it was from his perspective.
Well, from his lie.
Well, his lie. But yeah,
right.
He was trying to sell a perspective from his.
And I thought, yeah, that is
and I was like, oh no, I hope that's not what happened. You know,
no, but like when you want to feel safe and you want to make somebody a little less frightening,
right?
You might be willing to believe that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's still their father.
Right.
Still their dad.
I was like, I literally had the experience of thinking, well, maybe that's what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, oh my God, that's what they do. That's what they do. They manipulate you.
That's the manipulation right there.
And I said, he is such a perfect example of an abuser, you know, where he got her to drop her guard.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
Right. And then slap the loving crap out of her.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then the fight begins.
Yeah.
And then the fight begins to the death.
Yeah.
To the death. And he was like, let's
go. And all of that was good. All of that was good. I didn't like how many licks he was able to get off on them.
But that's what they do.
Right. Yeah.
They hit you. They hurt you.
Yeah.
I was glad they showed it because it wasn't rhetorical. It wasn't imagined.
Right.
He was an abuser. He was a monster.
Yeah. But I thought it was brilliant how it starts in the living room and it works its way down the hall to the bathroom. And then ultimately he lands and ends in the same spot.
But you know what also was interesting? There was another moment where he tried that same manipulation, but it sounded crazier. Like, why did you do that to her? And he was like, because she wouldn't let me lay with her or hug her or touch her, remember? Yeah. And I was like, and he believed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everything is his, right?
Right. Object.
Right. A man needs that. I was like, I cannot wait for you to die. I cannot wait for you to die.
Yeah. That was crazy.
It was really something. And when they were finally battling him, and all of that anger and all of that rage came out, and to finally be able to act and retaliate against the person that caused all the pain your entire life.
Right.
And do unto others, right?
Right.
Do to him what he did to them, literally. And then we lose.
Well, you hear him wailing first, and at first that wailing, I was just like, ooh.
Well, that was her wailing.
Yeah, true.
That was their wailing. I was like, let me get my file out. Not one shit did I give.
Right. But then when he reached out and grabbed Racine, I was like, no.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I went to the bathroom after the movie and I heard these two ladies in the bathroom go, I didn't like that in there. I didn't like that she died. And I thought, I know she had to, though. Somebody had to die. Like one of them had to die.
My little conspiracy comes in.
Okay, come in, tell me.
I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe,
okay,
maybe she didn't exist.
Or well, that's what I said. Remember when I said there could be one person?
Yeah, or maybe she might have died when the original fire, or something to that effect. And it took all of that convincing to get Anaia to do everything. It was almost kind of like the devil on your shoulder, or like,
yeah, that's a beautiful theory.
or like, and the fact that Racine was in the back seat trying to convince Anaia in the car as well when they pulled over.
I would have to watch it again because I think there are some scenes where Racine takes lead. But are you saying that would be up here?
Even when Ezekiel was chasing them, who was he really going after? He was going after Anaia, not Racine. Racine was hiding. She was hiding in that little tube thing. But most of the scenes, it was really focused on Anaia being in that little.
Well, we would have to watch this movie again to really think about this because Racine went into the room with the older brother, with the taller brother.
Yeah.
That's a damn good theory.
And the fact that the father, the monster, Sterling K. Brown, was primarily talking to Anaia as well. And Anaia was the one that had most of the burns.
Yes.
Even though she's the one that survived, but most of the burns, maybe Racine saved her. And so that maybe that's a part of her trauma, was like having that her sister still with her, like a traveling soul.
I love that.
I don't know.
I'd have to watch the movie again because I like that a lot.
Yeah. And she also didn't seem, even though when she was outside of the house and the house caught fire and all of that, and she's standing out there, she didn't seem as emotional. Like, she just continued to go about her life. She wasn't, to me, the amount of distraughtness of losing your sibling right then and there would have.
Well, she was ready to lose her, right? She was ready to separate. She had fallen in love of sorts. She'd just become pregnant, maybe, but I don't dislike the idea. I mean, that definitely is the metaphor for it, that they were, two sides of the same thing, same coin, same personality, different expressions of that rage. Right. What were your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Obviously, I love the film. It's definitely a must see in the theater if you can. Run to your local theater, go see it while it's still playing in theaters. This is also something to revisit when it comes out on streaming.
100%.
And I think that whether you knew about the play or not, you will thoroughly enjoy this film. You'll be empathetic of what the girls are going through. You'll understand their journey, and everything that happens ensues. It makes for a wild ride, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it.
I concur. I thought it was, while I won't say it's highly watchable, because it's hard to watch at some points.
Yeah.
Right. Now, for me, it was. I was like, oh my God,
I agree. There are some triggering moments for sure.
It's worth watching.
Yes.
It is a valuable piece of art. It is a great movie. It has got the best scenes.
Best cast. Good cast.
Such a good cast.
Yeah.
And I loved that it examined rage and didn't judge it. Right. Like, it examined it but didn't judge it. It just, this is what it looks like when somebody's had enough.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And there were consequences, but listen. People fucked around and found out. That's what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what happened. So definitely go, please check it out. Please support this movie. Again, I'm Victoria with Killer Shot Films.
And I'm Kevin Marable with The Black Script.
Please, if you would consider to give us a subscribe. And you can also visit us at thewatcherspodcast.com, and you can go to our Patreon. And we really appreciate your watching our videos.
Yes. Until next time.